Petition filed in the Supreme Court regarding the vacancy of the post of Deputy Speaker. Serious allegations made on the government regarding the elections. The post is vacant since 2019. The Supreme Court declared the Jammu and Kashmir Delimitation Commission constitutional. It was formed in 2020. There is a provision related to this in Article 82. Government may soon launch WhatsApp-based chatbot. The purpose is to gather information related to government schemes. Information will be available in local languages. Melting glaciers may displace 15 million people. The reason is the rising temperature. Report claims in reference to Glacier Lakes. And Vishwa Bharati University will get the status of Living Heritage University. For the first time, a tangible university will get this tag. Rabindranath Tagore established it. Recently, a public interest litigation has been filed in the Supreme Court regarding the vacant post of Deputy Speaker in the Lok Sabha. Apart from the Lok Sabha, a demand has been made for the election of the Deputy Speaker in the Legislative Assemblies of many states. In the matter of the election of Deputy Speaker in the Lok Sabha, the opposition parties have also made many serious allegations against the central government. They say that the present central government is destroying all the established practices and traditions. Not conducting the election for the post of Deputy Speaker is an example of this. According to the opposition, the post of Deputy Speaker in the Lok Sabha is vacant since June 23, 2019. Let us tell you that from Article 93 to Article 97 of the Indian Constitution, provisions have been made in the context of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Apart from these, they have also been discussed at many other places of the Constitution. Article 93 states that the House of the People shall, as soon as may be, choose 2 members of the House to be the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, and as often as the office of Speaker or Deputy Speaker becomes vacant, the Lok Sabha shall elect another member as Speaker or Deputy Speaker, whereas in Article 94, the procedure for their post being vacant, resignation letter, and their removal from the post has been explained. Significantly, the date for the election of the Deputy Speaker is fixed by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Like the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha also holds office for the life of the House. However, he or she can leave the post even before it as per the prescribed procedure. When the post of the Speaker is vacant, the Deputy Speaker discharges his functions. During this, he or she holds the same powers as the Speaker. It is noteworthy that the Deputy Speaker is not subordinate to the Speaker. He is directly responsible to the Parliament. The Deputy Speaker has a privilege that whenever he is made a member of the Parliament Committee, he automatically becomes its chairman. Recently, the Supreme Court rejected the petition challenging the Delimitation Commission constituted for Jammu and Kashmir. In the petition, a request was made to declare the process of formation of the commission as unconstitutional. Actually, in the year 2020, the government constituted the Delimitation Commission under the chairmanship of Ranjana P. Desai for several northeastern states and Jammu and Kashmir. After this, the Assembly of Seats in Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly was increased from 107 to 114. It also includes 24 seats in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. On this, the petitioner said that the change in boundaries and expansion in areas is against the Reorganization Act of 2019. Therefore, a demand was made to declare the increase in seats unconstitutional. The court had reserved judgments on this in December last year. It is noteworthy that after the implementation of Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, the format of one country, one constitution has been adopted. In such a situation, the petitioner says that according to Article 170 of the Indian Constitution, there is a provision to do the process of delimitation in the entire country after 2026. But doing so for Jammu and Kashmir now violates the format of one country, one constitution. On this, the central government said that the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act doesn't prevent the government from constituting the Delimitation Commission. Let's tell you that the provisions related to the Delimitation Commission is in the Article 82 of the Indian Constitution, and according to this article, after every census, the allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha to the states, and the division of territorial constituencies of each state shall be determined by such authority and in such manner as Parliament may by law determine. The Delimitation Commission is constituted by the President and it carries out its functions with the help of Election Commission. Recently, the Supreme Court banned all kinds of construction work in the core areas of tiger reserves, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. The bench also asked the National Tiger Conservation Authority to file a reply on the need for safaris in the national park. The Apex Court has given the decision during the hearing of issues like alleged illegal construction in the buffer area of Corbett Tiger Reserve and setting up of Tiger Safari. Actually, in the year 2019, Prime Minister of India had announced the Tiger Safari project. For this, the state government had sought permission from the Ministry of Environment to cut 163 trees. According to experts, the number of trees cut was about 10,000 more than the approval received. After this, activist Gaurav Bansal filed a petition in the Supreme Court asking the Apex Court to intervene. As a result, the Apex Court recently passed this order while hearing the matter. Significantly, the Corbett Tiger Reserve is spread over Nainital, Pauri and Almora districts of Uttarakhand. The special thing is that it is the first national park of India which was established in the year 1936. Its initial name was Haley National Park. Later it was renamed as Jim Corbett Park. In the year 1973, Project Tiger was stated from this national park of Uttarakhand. The main rivers flowing through this reserve are Ramganga, Sona Nadi, Mandal and Panayan. Recently, the central government had sought suggestions on the draft Geo-Heritage Sites and Geo-Relics Bill. Its term ended on 14th February. Its objective is to declare, protect and maintain Geo-Heritage Sites and Geo-Relics of national importance for geological study, education, research and awareness. In this bill, the central government has been authorized to declare a Geo-Heritage Site as one of national importance. The bill empowers the central government to acquire the area for a heritage site under the Land Acquisition Act of 2013. However, the government has to state through a public notification in the official gazette which areas are to be acquired. On this, objections can be given by the people within 2 months, which the government will have to compulsorily consider. The bill requires both the central government and the GSI to take measures for the protection and maintenance of each Geo-Heritage Site. For this, they are authorized to inspect, survey, measure, collect samples and check documents. The bill prohibits the construction, reconstruction, repair or renovation of any building within the heritage site area. However, if such construction is necessary for the public along with protection and maintenance, it is exempted. In addition, the bill provides for punishment for destroying, removing, defacing and misusing Geo-Heritage Sites and Geo-Relics. Experts say that instead of giving all powers to the GSI Director General, this draft should have provisions to form a comprehensive committee of experts from several institutions. Giving full powers in the hands of GSI is to neglect the interest of researchers who study in this area. Also, GSI is not authorized to manage the works of Geo-Heritage conservation as it is a research body. Apart from this, experts have opposed the provision of not taking cooperation from other departments in the bill. Along with this, experts also say that the powers of the state governments have been neglected in this draft, while at present, most of the geographical monuments are managed by the states. Actually, Geo-Heritage sites are those sites which are important for geological and geomorphological science. Also, those who have mineralogical, petrological, paleontological, that is, paleontological and stratigraphic importance, whereas a georelic is defined as any remains or materials of geological importance or sediments, rocks, minerals, meteorites or fossils, etc. Recently, Puducherry has released the country's first MSP, that is, Marine Spatial Planning Framework. Its objective is to ensure sustainable management of marine resources, coastal environmental protection and development. It is part of the Integrated Ocean Initiative under the agreement between India and Norway in the year 2019. Lakshadweep and Puducherry were selected as pilot sites to implement this initiative, and it provided that the Marine Spatial Plan would be implemented by the Ministry of Earth Sciences through the National Centre for Coastal Research. Also, the National Centre for Coastal Research was given the responsibility of preparing the Marine Spatial Planning Framework for Puducherry and Lakshadweep. According to experts, tourism and fishing are the two major sectors of the economy in Puducherry, but tourism development is linked to the livelihood concerns of the fishing communities. In such a situation, MSP can prove to be an important measure in balancing the conflicting interests, as it will provide a single common platform to diverse ocean users. Through this, the policymakers and experts will be able to prepare a strategy for ocean development by having a comprehensive discussion. Significantly, the blue economy is one of the 10 dimensions of development in the 2030 New India vision of the Government of India. In such a situation, MSP can prove to be a better solution for sustainable and integrated ocean management. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first phase of Delhi-Mumbai Expressway in Dausa, Rajasthan. During this, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot addressed the gathering through video conferencing. During the address, the CM of Rajasthan raised the issue of ERCP, that is, Eastern Rajasthan Canal project, due to which the project has again become a topic of discussion. In fact, in the year 2022, the Union Jal Shakti Ministry had sent a notice to the Rajasthan government asking it to halt the project until the interstate issues are resolved and the project is approved by the advisory committee. The central government argued that the Chambal River flows through Madhya Pradesh as well. Due to this, the evaluation of the project is being obstructed due to the objections of Madhya Pradesh government. The Rajasthan government opposed this notice of the central government, saying that the water is a state subject and not a central one. In such a situation, it is not possible to stop the project. After this, 13,000 crore rupees were allocated for the ERCP project by the Rajasthan government in the budget of the financial year 2023-24. However, the estimated cost of this project is said to be around rupees 40,000 crore. The Rajasthan government says that it is not possible for the state alone to bear this cost. In such a situation, the central government should declare it as a national project so that the cost of the project can be shared between the centre and the state in the ratio of 90:10. It is to be noted that the ERCP project was introduced in the state budget for the financial year 2017-18. The project aims to store excess water available during the rainy season in the Chambal and its tributaries such as Kunnu, Parvati and Kali Sindh rivers in southern Rajasthan. Also, this water is to be used in the 13 southeastern districts of the state which are water deficient. The project was also approved by the Central Water Commission in 2017. Recently, scientists have discovered a new type of semicrystal in the sand hills of north central Nebraska, USA. They say that the semicrystal is formed by accidental electrical discharge like lightning, etc. This information was published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Its title was Electrical Discharge Triggers Quasicrystal Formation in an Aeolian Dune. This is the first incident of such crystal being discovered from sources other than meteorites of debris of a nuclear explosion. Although scientists have been producing it in laboratories for years, but it is difficult to find this crystal naturally. Let us tell you that a semicrystal is a substance similar to a crystal. The atom in a crystal are arranged in a repeating pattern. In contrast, in semicrystals, the atomic structures are arranged in a pattern. However, there is no regular repetition of these atoms. Recently discovered semicrystals have been found to have a dodecagonal or 12-sided atomic structure, which is quite unusual. Basically, a dodecagonal is a polygonal structure with 12 sides and 12 angles. Semicrystals are used in the manufacture of non-stick frying pans, acupuncture, needles for surgery, dental instrument and razor blades, etc. It was first identified from the debris of a meteorite found in 2009 near the Petelka river in Chukotka, Russia. Whereas for the second time, this sample was discovered in the year 2021 from the nuclear explosion debris in New Mexico. In both these cases, high pressure and high temperature events were responsible for the formation of quasicrystals. The Indian Ministry of Information and Technology may launch a WhatsApp-based chatbot. This chatbot will be started to easily collect information about major government schemes. This information has been given by the technical team of the ministry, Bhashini. The team is testing a WhatsApp chatbot powered by OpenAI's ChatGPT. According to the team, the chatbot will use the information generated by ChatGPT to answer questions appropriately. In this, users will be able to get information through voice notes. This will facilitate such farmers and people who cannot do typing. They say that it is being developed by keeping in mind the rural and agricultural population of India. It will be able to successfully recognize and understand the local languages spoken by the rural population of the country. According to a team official, most of the people using this chatbot wouldn't know English. So to work on this, language processing models will be trained more and more for their voice input. Maximum number of Indian languages will be kept in it. We have collection of voices in many Indian languages. In this, people have contributed through the Bhasha Dan portal. We also have a huge database of all the languages broadcast by Doordarshan. However, the launch of the WhatsApp chatbot may take time, as ChatGPT currently takes input in English language. Support for local languages is currently limited. Let us tell you that a chatbot is a computer program. It is designed to talk to humans with the help of internet. For this, it uses artificial intelligence, machine learning, and natural language processing. In simple words, the data is programmed in such a way that it can understand the needs of the user through his words or voice. OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Bard are prime examples of artificial intelligent chatbots. Recently, the joint military exercise Tarkash between India and America concluded. This exercise started on 16th January and went on for about a month. This was the 6th edition of such exercise between India and the US. It was organized in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. NSG, that is National Security Guard from India, and SOF, that is Special Operations Force from America, participated in it. The objective was to share best practices and tactics in the counter-terrorist operation in urban environments. It also involved close combat hostage rescue operation, surveillance, long-range sniping, and planning complex operations. According to reports, CBRN, that is Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Terror Response, was included in this exercise for the first time ever. This new exercise has been made part of the exercise in the backdrop of Russia-Ukraine war. In fact, last year, Russia accused Ukraine of planning a chemical attack in its own city of Kharkiv. According to Russia, it did this to blame Russia so that Ukraine could get help from Western countries. Let us tell you that CRBNs are such weapons which have the ability to cause mass destruction. Hence, they are classified as weapons of mass destruction. Chemical weapons include mustard gas and nerve agents. Significantly, mustard gas damages the respiratory tract, skin, and eyes, while the nerve agents cause people to faint rapidly. It causes difficulty in breathing and can even lead to death. Apart from this, anthrax, botulinum, toxin, and plague, etc. are examples of biochemical weapons. Radiological weapons include weaponized radioactive waste and dirty bombs as well as nuclear weapons. It's noteworthy that CRNB weapons have been used by many countries and terrorist organizations for years. The first example of their use can be seen in the First World War. Tear gas grenades were fired by French forces during the first month of war. They were developed by the French army in the year 1912 for police use. Germany later used dianicidine chlorosulfate shells on British forces at Neuchâtel, France in October 1914. Due to these balls, there is a burning sensation in the lungs. Similarly, Italy used mustard gas bombs in Ethiopia in 1936 to destroy Emperor Haile Selassie's army. Nazi Germany's use of poisonous gases to kill prisoners in concentration camps during World War II are also prominent examples of CRNB. Recently, a study has been published in the context of Hittite Empire. This study has been published in the journal Nature. In this, a new revelation has been made regarding the decline of the Hittite Empire or civilization. According to the study, this empire was facing social, political, and economic challenges for a long time. In this sequence, it also had to struggle with environmental challenges such as drought. Because of this, it collapsed after about 1200 BC. This happened around the same time that many other major civilizations were declining. This time is also known as the decline of the Bronze Age. In fact, researchers studied the wood of contemporary juniper trees to assess the role of drought in the fall of the Hittite Empire. In this, the amount of moisture was measured through a circle or ring made in the wood. This indicates that the region was unusually dry between 1198 and 1196 BC. Due to this severe drought, there was a shortage of food for a long time. Food shortages may have resulted in political, economic, and social unrest as well as disease outbreaks. However, the people had food reserves which could last them through a year of drought. But these were not enough to face 3 consecutive years of drought. This would have led to the collapse of the tax base, the mass destruction of the large Hittite army, and a mass movement of people who wanted to survive. It may be because of this that the empire would have gone on to decline. Significantly earlier, it was believed that its collapse was due to military attack. However, the researchers also say that drought was not a new phenomenon in this region at the time, it was a normal feature in this region. Here, a generation had to face 2 consecutive dry seasons at least once in its life. However, crop failure due to severe drought was rare during the Hittite Empire. Let us tell you that the Hittite Empire was spread in central Anatolia of Turkey. Its capital was Hattusa. It was spread over parts of present-day Turkey as well as Syria and Iraq. The Hittite Empire controlled central, southern and southeastern Anatolia, the northern Levant and northern Syria. It had almost all Anatolian regions under its influence. The last known king of this kingdom was Suppiluliuma II. Its rule began around 1207 BC. It is notable that the Hittites under the king Muwatalli II and the Egyptians under Pharaoh Ramses II fought the famous Battle of Kadesh in 1274 BC. The battle was later settled under the first recorded peace treaty in history. Recently, the World Meteorological Organization released a report. It has been released titled Global Sea Level Rise and Implication. In this, there has been talk of danger on many big cities due to a rise in the sea level. According to the estimates of the report, this may be due to the melting of ice on a large scale in Antarctica. In this case, cities in India, China, Bangladesh, and the Netherlands may face the highest risk globally. These include cities such as the Shanghai, Dhaka, Bangkok, Jakarta, Mumbai, Maputo, Lagos, Cairo, London, Copenhagen, New York, Los Angeles, Buenos Aires, and Santiago. It has been referred to as a major economic, social, and humanitarian challenge. However, sea level rise is not uniform globally. There is variation at the regional level. The report states that between 1901 and 2018, the global average sea level increased by about 0.20 meters. It further states that between 1901 and 1971, sea level rose at an average rate of 1.3 millimeters per year. There has been an increase of 1.9 mm per year between 1971 and 2006 and 3.7 mm per year between 2006 and 2018. According to the WMO, if the global mean sea level rises by 0.15 meters relative to the 2020 level, it could potentially cause the biggest coastal flood in 100 years. Due to thermal expansion, the sea level has increased by about 50% during the years 1971 to 2018, and about 22% of the ice has been lost due to the melting of glaciers. Because of this, the groundwater storage has increased by about 8%. Let us tell you that the sea level rise produces cascading effect. This causes damage to the coastal ecosystem, groundwater, salinity, flooding, and coastal infrastructure. At the same time, there is danger in front of coastal agricultural land and water reserves. It also poses risk to livelihoods, settlements, health, food, displacement, and water security. Recently, a report has been published in the context of Glacier Lakes. It has been prepared by the Newcastle University. It states that the melting of mountain glaciers has increased the risk of flooding for some 15 million people around the world. It has been described as more dangerous for Asia and South America. More than half of those at high risk live in India, Pakistan, Peru, and China. In Asia, about 1 million people live within 10 km of Glacier Lake. Significantly, this is the first global study to map potential hotspots for such floods. In the report, the increase in temperatures due to climate change has been predicted to cause floods due to bursting of the glacial lakes. According to this, collectively the world's glaciers have lost about 332 gigatons of ice between 2006 and 2016. Since 1990, the number of glacial lakes and the amount of water in them has increased about 50% worldwide. According to another study published in July 2022, from 1990 to 2015, there has been a decrease of about 11% in the glacier coverage in the Himalayas. Let us tell you that glaciers are large frozen pieces of ice. These are often at the origin of rivers. Due to climate change and increase in temperature, their snow keeps on melting. During the formation of glaciers, pits are formed in the ground, and when melting snow fills these depressions, it forms a glacial lake. It is usually formed at the base of a glacier. Recently, Vice Chancellor of Vishwa Bharati University, Bidyut Chakraborty, has shared an information. According to him, Vishwa Bharati University may soon get the status of world's first living heritage university. He also said that the heritage tag from UNESCO is expected to be received in April or May. Living heritage means that work is currently underway at the site. Let us tell you that for the first time, a tangible university is going to get the tag of heritage site from UNESCO. UNESCO is of the view that before independence, Vishwa Bharati was established as a cultural center for research in the field of art, language, humanities, music. Even today, the academic programs at this institution continue to include the study of Hindi, the study of Sino-Asian studies, humanities, fine arts and music. Significantly, the university is located in the city of Shantiniketan, West Bengal. It was founded in the year 1921 by Rabindranath Tagore. Earlier it was named after Rabindranath Tagore, but after the organization was registered as a society, it was named Vishwa Bharati. Let us tell you that Rabindranath believed in open education and the education system he introduced in the university is prevalent even today. Before independence, it was a college. It was given the status of a central university in the year 1951 through a Central Act. The first Vice-Chancellor of this institution was Ratindranath Tagore, who was the son of Rabindranath Tagore. The internal structures of the institution present in the Vishwa Bharati University present a fine example of architecture. Let's now look at the 5 questions based on today's bulletin.
Questions for this series are: first question is, consider the following statements. 1. Like the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, the Deputy Speaker also holds office for the life of the House. 2. The post of Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha is vacant since June 23, 2019. 3. Articles 93 to 97 of the Constitution deal with the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. The Delimitation Commission for Jammu and Kashmir was constituted in the year 2020 under the chairmanship of Ranjana P. Desai. 2. The provision related to the Delimitation Commission is in Article 82 of the Constitution. 3. The Delimitation Commission is constituted by the President. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, all of the above, or none of the above. Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to WhatsApp Chatbot. 1. WhatsApp Chatbot is a major initiative of the Indian Ministry of Information and Technology. 2. Its purpose is to collect information about major government schemes. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. Next question is, consider the following statements related to the recently released Glacier Lakes report. 1. Globally, glaciers have lost about 332 gigatons of ice between 2006 and 2016. 2. The melting of mountain glaciers is estimated to affect 15 million people globally. 3. Climate change has been held responsible for the receding glacier. Which of the above statements are correct? 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, or 1, 2 and 3. Last question is, joint military exercise Tarkash has been organized between which of the following 2 countries? India and America, India and France, India and Nepal, or none of the above.
So for the time being, that's all in this bulletin. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe Drishti IAS Hindi, English and PCS YouTube channels. At the end, let's have a look at few more events of the last week.
Recently, in response to a question in the Rajya Sabha, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar presented the data of Indians giving up their citizenship. According to statistics, maximum number of Indians have given up their citizenship in the year 2021. During this period, 1,63,370 people have renounced Indian citizenship. In this way, since 2011, more than 16 lakh Indians have renounced their Indian citizenship. In the year 2011, this figure was 1,22,819, whereas last year, that is in the year 2022, this figure was 2,25,620. Significantly, provisions related to citizenship have been made from Articles 5 to 11 in the Indian Constitution. In these, mainly Article 9 makes provisions in the case of renunciation of citizenship. Lately, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has mentioned the word Bimaru. He has used it for the state of Rajasthan. Let us tell you that demographer Ashish Bose once mentioned this term to refer to Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. This means that these states lag behind in terms of economic development, healthcare and education. In calling these states Bimaru, Bose reasoned that they were far behind from the point of view of family planning and population control. These 4 states are likely to offset the gains made elsewhere in the country with their high population growth rates. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Adi Mahotsav 2023 in New Delhi on 16 February. It is being organized from 16 to 27 February at Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium in Delhi. It is worth mentioning that this is an annual initiative of Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation Limited or TriFed under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It aims to provide a national platform to acquaint people with the rich and diverse tribal culture at one place. The special feature of this year's event is that special attention will be given to display the variety of millet grown by the tribals, which has been named Shri Ann. The joint military exercise Dharma Guardian between India and Japan is being conducted from 17 February to 2 March 2023 at Camp Imazushika Prefecture in Japan. This is the 4th edition of this exercise series. Significantly, this is an annual training program organized between the Indian and Japanese Army. Through this exercise, platoon-level joint training is given for military operations in jungle and semi-urban or urban areas. Soldiers from the Garhwal Rifles Regiment of the Indian Army and an infantry regiment from the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force are participating in the exercise this year. Experiences gained during combat operations will be shared during the exercise with a view to enhance interoperability in planning and execution. Recently, the World Health Organization has confirmed the outbreak of Marburg virus in Equatorial Guinea. In fact, samples from Equatorial Guinea were sent to a laboratory in Senegal last week, after which the health agency confirmed it. According to the agency, the virus is responsible for at least 9 deaths in the country. Marburg virus was first identified in the year 1967. Like the Ebola virus, this virus spreads through bats. According to the Center for Disease Control, it is a zoonotic virus belonging to the filovirus family along with 6 species of Ebola virus. Recently, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh launched Defence India Startup Challenge or DISC on cybersecurity with IDEX Investor Hub. Significantly, this is the 9th edition of DISC. It was launched during the Aero India 2023 event. IDEX stands for Innovation for Defence Excellence. IDEX Investor Hub aims to accelerate investment in the defence sector. It also provides investors with an integrated view of opportunities and innovations. Neil Mohan has been appointed as the new CEO of YouTube. He is an American citizen of Indian origin. Significantly, he has been appointed after Susan Wojcicki stepped down from the post. Neil Mohan is a graduate from Stanford. He joined Google in 2008 and was the Chief Product Officer of YouTube before becoming CEO. He has also worked with Microsoft and is a board member of Stitch Fix and Genomics as well as biotechnology company 23andMe. He is also a member of the Council on Foreign Relations, an independent American think tank. Other CEOs of Indian origin are Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, Abbott CEO Shantanu Narayan, and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai. Khelo India Women's Weightlifting and Cycling competitions will be organized in Patna, Bihar from 18 to 24 February. Apart from the senior and junior categories, young women will also be able to participate in this competition for their 3rd phase. The women's events are taking place under the Khelo India Sports for Women component of the Government of India's flagship program Khelo India. It is being organized with the assistance of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. The Khelo India Youth Junior Senior National Ranking Women Weightlifting 2nd National Tournament was organized in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Its first tournament was held in Himachal Pradesh in June 2022.